Okay, so if you're to ask me what is the secret to no longer being stopped by fear or being stopped when someone says no, I mean, that's something for all of us. We're afraid of rejection. Okay, well, what's the secret? I mean, pretty shortly said, the secret is to get a no is a no. It's not no you. It's not no you're horrible and you're no good. See, if you could get beyond whatever you're making the no mean, you could actually be able to get the no and have that empower you. So that no might be the no that leads to the next yes. But where people mostly get stopped is it's not for them a no just as a no to their invitation, no to what they asked for, no to the business deal. People have considerations about the no of what it means about them. And then that's where they get all stopped. So if you could actually get a no as a no versus what you're making it mean, that's going to allow for you to just really be able to continue on, to be able to step forward again. You know, go get 20 no's. But give yourself the opportunity to start to be able to be at home with no's, because if you're up to anything in life, you're going to get no's. So you need to be able to be somebody who can be powerful in the face of no's versus spending time in your head about what that no means.
The challenge of being stuck is, I mean, for me, it's like I'm immediately in a world. There's like, I have thoughts like no one's going to do anything about it. I don't think they care. I'm like in the middle of being upset about something, and I really experience like I'm right being upset about it. And the last thing I want to do is talk to anyone. In fact, my view of people is they're not even going to help me out. And that experience, it can be immediate for me. It's significant. It's very real. And the last thing that I want to do is talk to anybody, because they will never get it. Now, I've discovered a little bit of discipline through time that in that moment, counter to everything I'm experiencing, talking to someone and getting it communicated actually immediately frees me up and has me deal with everything that I was stuck with. And immediately, like, I'm outside of that whole experience, and I start being able to interact with what I need to do just from talking to someone. Even though in the moment it sounds counter to my entire experience, that's the way out.
You know, people live like it's the circumstances that stop you. And yeah, we got circumstances. You'll always have circumstances. But the people out of the forum or who are really powerful, they get to be powerful in the face of the circumstances. See, it's never the circumstances that stop you. It's who you're being about the circumstances. Anybody can live life when the sun is shining and there's no breeze. Live life powerfully in the valleys of life. Live life powerfully when the wind is blowing and you don't know how to stand up. When you can be powerful in the face of circumstances, no matter what life throws at you, you can live a powerful life, because life's going to always bring circumstances. Who are you going to be about them?
Well, first of all, there is that impact on us and our humanity when we have gone through something really devastating. And that's not to be ignored. It's to actually, first of all, be acknowledged, and acknowledged for what it is. And then the discovery of that thing that happened to you or happened around you, the what you're dealing with is what you've been left with about that devastating situation or circumstance that you were in, or whatever it is that happened. See, there's a relationship we have to that thing that happened to us, around us in the past, that we're left with. Now, what is that? Because while it may not look like it, what you and I are left with about that is what's still leaving us impacted. And when we can look at that and have that be maybe not something that is belittling or disempowering, but have it be something that you can sort out for yourself in an empowering way, or dealing with it as a what so and what you were left with separate, human beings are then left able to deal with that situation And another thing here is, when you and I are left totally in a space of something devastating, then the goodness, the wonderful things in our life are also diminished. And when you can deal with that as what it is, those aspects of your life that you love become now available to you.
They engage with the doubt that's there for them, or like they got a view like if they do this they're going to fail, or they don't know how it's going to turn out, so they don't want to take a risk at something. So I could keep looking at things like that, like I know it's not going to turn out, or is it going to turn out, or I don't know what to do, or I doubt if this is going to turn out. I could go on and on about what we would call like these reasons that always stop us. People just don't take the risk to act, because it doesn't matter how much you get worked out, no matter how much you figure out what to do, you matter how much you think you're confident about what to do, then there's acting. See, here's the one thing I've discovered. Once you start taking the risk to act and you experience you can deal with it, you may fail the next time you act, but you start getting a sense you can handle it. So if you can handle it, you start acting, and you start acting on your visions, acting on what you want, acting on the stuff you think is risky, but you start experiencing you can handle it. And that starts to create a whole other world.
It's not there's no stops, because we all deal with stops. But what is it to be somebody who's not stopped by the limitations of what you run into? If you're committed to starting the business, there's going to be stops. To have a relationship to it like there's not going to be and there shouldn't be is completely disempowering. So when we're talking about being unstoppable, we're actually talking about being able to move beyond where you would normally get stopped and be able to be somebody who can step beyond that in service of what you're actually committed to. So rather than taking it personally that there's some limitation, rather than talking to yourself about what that means about you, that's happening, or what it means about the business that now this, kind of hang up happened. No, what is it to be able to go beyond that? And that's what it is to be somebody who's unstoppable in life. No matter what, in the face of life, you're still able to act. You're still able to be caused in the matter of what it is you're out to fulfill. And when you can be somebody who can be caused in the matter of your life, it's a place where you stand that gives you power to be able to see new actions, to be able to not have what it is that's currently the barrier or the speed bump actually take you out. And it's very empowering to be able to be somebody who can actually go through life, be in the face of life with power, and be able to be in the face of life with the limitations that come to go beyond it.
Health. They get stuck in this old pattern of behavior about their health. Finances. These old patterns of behavior from the past about their finances. How to have their relationship work, or something in their relationship. It's all past based. They get stuck in how it was. They can't get to what's possible. Those are the main things that I find. Oh yeah, and career. People want to have a breakthrough in their career. However, they box themselves in that they can only have a certain kind of career, or I can't get beyond a certain thing with this career. So that's what I found the most common ones that people want to have a real breakthrough in, they get stopped by.
Well, first, to get that, it's not the circumstance that's giving us a loss of power, even though that's the experience. The experience is, it seems, the situation, it seems the circumstance, it seems what's going on out here is what's giving me the loss of power. And it's not, because as you said, the circumstances change, things are different. The loss of power really is from my view of it, or my perspective of it, or what I'm left with about it, like my ability to deal with it. And so once I can get that for myself, that, okay, the loss of power is here, not in the thing itself, then I now have the ability to deal with it, because it's all here where I am. It's not outside of me. And for most of us, that is what gives us power, is because we think we don't have any. But the moment you can get, well, first of all, the loss of power is where I am. Then I can look to see what is causing that loss of power. And the minute I can get that through the work that we do in the forum, then I'm left with now power to deal with whatever it is that's out here, and however that seems to me, big, small, whatever, that is not the case. It's just your power to deal with it and whatever caused that loss of power.
You know, if you look at yourself, a lot of times what we do is we want better circumstances. Like if I had more money, then things would work out. If I had a bigger house, then it would work out. If I had a boss that listened to me, that would work out. We're looking for circumstances. But I don't know about you. Every day, I always have my current circumstances. So they're not going to change. Life keeps happening. In fact, most of the time, the circumstances are like new ones every day. I get, emails every day I got to deal with circumstances. So I've got no say in what keeps coming at me. People, what they call up, and now I got to interact with. But I got a total say in who I'm going to be in the matter of those circumstances. I've got a total say in what I'm up to accomplishing in those circumstances. And if I stay with that long enough, my circumstances start going the way that I'm committed to.
One of the things I love about the forum is people are able to see what's been hidden from their view. What actually is the source of where their foot's nailed to the floor? What actually is at the source of why they can't move forward when they know that's what they need to do? Why they can't take the action when they know that's what they need to do? Why they can't be disciplined when they know discipline is required? It deals with, for people in the forum, what is fundamentally there for us that's in our way, that's unseen by us, that's at the source of why we're not being able to be effective with what we've learned that we need to do.
And a funny way of saying it, because it just works. It just works. It has people access areas of their life that they never thought they could. It gives people a new way of seeing their life, their living, and their self. A new way of seeing what it is to be a human being. And most importantly, it completes the past in such a way that the future is up for creation and invention. That's the forum.